Welcome to the Elevated Home. We review things for around the home. One of my favorite things to review are water purifiers because I am actually pretty passionate about pure water. Today I have for you the Simpure Y7P reverse osmosis water filter dispenser. I think you're going to really like this. It has a pretty good balance between the features, the ease of usability, and the cost, including the cost to maintain it annually, because you do, with any filtration system, need to maintain the filters. This one is a little bit better than some of the other ones I've seen on the market. But before we dig into it, this is how the video is going to be formatted. So if you already know you want a reverse osmosis machine, you don't need to learn about it at all. Down here, if you hover over the timeline, you're going to see the different chapters. So just skip to the part of the video that you need. How I like to do tech reviews here is first we're going to unbox this thing. We're going to get a close-up look at everything that's included. Then we're going to install it and get through all of the features. In the end, we're going to clean it and test the water. I do have a TDS reader as well as water testing strips. And of course, we do have a link and a code. So if you are interested in getting this, I'll have all the information down below in the description box and in the pinned comment. Thank you so much, Simpure, for partnering with me on today's video. Let's get started. If you haven't quite decided if reverse osmosis is the right thing for you, let's go over the pros and cons. Most typical water filters that we have, the one that's in the fridge, if you have one of those pitcher water filters or even the water bottle ones, those filters are rated at 10 microns in size or larger. What that means is that the mesh material is 10 microns apart from each other, allowing any particles that are smaller than that to pass through the membrane and still be in the water. Things that are larger than that, obvious like debris, contaminants, that you can visually see in your water. Even some things that you can't see in your water can still be caught by that membrane. But other things that you might not want in your water, like chlorine and fluoride, they're still going to pass through. What the reverse osmosis membrane is, it's down to the 1/10,000th of a micron, which means that almost no contaminants can pass through it. It filters like dang near of 97% or more of everything, like lead, rust, phosphorus, chlorine, bacteria, viruses, parasites. Like, it filters the water so you have uber clean, basically nearly distilled water. If you want bottled water at home, a reverse osmosis machine is what's giving you bottled water at home. Now, on the flip side, the reverse osmosis machine has removed a dang near everything out of the water, including any minerals that might be beneficial to us. You can have a healthy dose of a couple different types of water in your house, drinking some normal water out of your fridge, and get a few of those minerals in. You can also take a multivitamin that has those minerals in it. That seems a little bit more preferred. Or you can do something like buying these drops on Amazon that are going to remineralize your water, so it's removed all the bad stuff and now you're adding the good stuff back in. One of these bottles of drops is going to last you 6 months to a year. You literally put like 1 or 2 drops in your water. And another thing that it does is, if you're missing the taste of water, because water definitely has a taste. I have city water. I grew up on well water. That was nasty. Well water really needs a reverse osmosis because the filter that you have in your house is really like stage 1 at removing the large debris. Your stuff, you pour a cup of water and it's still orange. But even city water, it's been purified at the plant. Of course, they've removed like nearly everything that's going to actually be harmful to you. But what does it say about the lines as it's getting to your house, or the lines that are in your house or your apartment building? Are you maintaining them? I don't maintain them. I wouldn't even think that they would ever need to be. But there can definitely be things that happen, like a tree root that popped your line, that you are getting bacteria in your water and you didn't even realize it. This is just gonna filter the water. So we're starting out basically at base 0, neutral. Love it. You can use reverse osmosis water on your pets. That's the more optimal. Like, if you put this in your freshwater fish tank, you don't have to add the little pH drops to it because it's already purified. When we used to have our dogs, we would use the reverse osmosis water, and their water dish didn't get that slimy scuzziness in it because the water was clean. We also have a tarantula that only gets reverse osmosis water. The gecko gets reverse osmosis water. You're supposed to be spraying distilled water in that environment. And this is so pure. The community as a whole can agree that this is totally safe for your pets. I also use it in my kids' water bottles. Listen, I don't wash their water bottles that they take to school every single day. I do it on Wednesday. We're halfway through the week. So I need it to last a couple days without getting scuzzy, and it doesn't. It never gets scuzzy. I used to have to wash them every day. I cannot say enough amazing things about reverse osmosis. Listen, we also use it for cooking. It makes coffee taste better, tea taste better, because you've like removed that metallic chemical taste from the water before you brewed it. It's just a better experience if you actually care about that. Soups, oatmeal, formula, basically anything that requires water as an ingredient, we just use the filtered water. It's the best. Let's get into this one though. I'm excited to check it out, test it out, see what it can actually do. Let's unbox it first. The Simpure Y7P water filtration system comes with everything you need in the box. First up, the owner's manual and the drip tray. And under this is the machine itself. I chose the black and white model, but there are other options as well. Getting a closer look, the front panel has a lot of options that I'm excited to dig into once we get it going. Under this cover, you'll find the feed water tank. It can hold 1.3 gallons of water and can filter up to 4.1 gallons per hour. And behind the feed water tank are the filters. The system was pre-fitted with the filter cartridges ready to go. The PP NCF filter is a 100% polypropylene filter and composite filter in one. This is highly effective at filtering liquids, is food safe, and removes heavy metals, pesticides, herbicides, taste, odor, and more. The next filter is the reverse osmosis membrane, even smaller in micron size and filtering out more than 97% of fluoride, PFOS, and PFOA, chlorine, lead, and much, much more, making your water ultra pure. These filters each last 6 months, approximately 528 gallons or 4,000 water bottles. But that's not it for filtration. This is actually a 4-stage filter system. The last stage is UV sterilization that happens internally at the pure water reservoir, and luckily for us, this never needs to be maintained. And perhaps the best part of this machine is the efficiency of the filters, creating only 1 gallon of wastewater for every 4 gallons of purified water, significantly better than standard RO machines. This not only saves on water waste and cost, but also makes having to empty and refill the feed tank less frequent. This is obviously not my first reverse osmosis machine. I like to keep them next to the sink for 2 reasons. Even though this one fits underneath the countertop, the first one that I've seen that fits underneath the countertop, so if you do have restricted space, this might be a better one for you. Anytime you need to fill it though, the tank is back here and the top doesn't lift in a way that you'd be able to fill it from underneath the counter. So I just keep it next to the sink. And second reason, obviously it makes it a lot easier to dump out and refill when it's right next to the sink. It's easier to use. This is where I go to get water, so it's just, it makes sense. Whenever you get this set up though, which, oh, the drip tray. Look at this. This is the drip tray. It is removable, so you could take this silver part off, clean the bottom of it, but it is magnetic. It's a satisfying click. Love it. To initially set up this machine, we need to do something called a filter flush, which to note is also done anytime you change a filter. For this, we are going to fill up the water reservoir all the way to the max line and reinstall. Place a large bowl under the dispenser with a backup bowl ready for between dumps. And now we can plug it in. The system will automatically start flushing the filters for about 10 minutes. The filtering indicator light will be on during the process, which is all happening internally. Inside this machine is another empty reservoir that gets filled with just under a half gallon of filtered water to have on deck, so as soon as you need it, you can have it. The filtering light has now turned off, which means the internal flushing is now completed. We need to dump this water. And to do that, we push the flushing button. Once the internal reservoir has been emptied, the system is going to automatically jump back into filtering for about another 10 minutes, and we will repeat this process for 3 whole water reservoirs. So for setup, you'll need to allow yourself about an hour of hanging around the kitchen for it to do its thing. When the change water indicator lights up, that's your cue to dump and refill the reservoir until this process is completed. Through the filtering process, this is the sound that it makes. They all make some level of sound, but how loud it is, let's measure. It's averaging about 48, 49 decibels, which is equivalent to a quiet whisper. For me, that is totally acceptable. Okay, it is all done filtering, but listen to what I did. This is the testing phase of the video. So we're gonna test the TDS, or the total dissolved solids, in the water, but I accidentally dropped this. I was testing it out on my tap water first. I got a whole little testing section set up. I dropped the whole thing in a cup of water, and the whole thing is not waterproof. I'm gonna argue that these things should be completely waterproof if they're supposed to go into water, but I think I fixed it. I pried it all apart, dried it off. I've been sitting it in some rice. So I'm hoping this is going to work for us, but also I have this test. This is just a regular old water testing kit that's going to check for a whole boatload of things in here. This is going to tell us, I guess, in a way, how pure the water is. So let's get a test going. First up, we should taste test. All right, let's pour the smallest amount of ounces, 6 ounces. Ideally, this will taste like nothing but the purest of pure water. That was actually pretty thirsty. That's delicious. It passes the taste test. For the next test, we're going to use the TDS meter, and we're going to measure the TDS, total dissolved solids, in my city water and also in the water that comes out of the Simpure. Let me label real quick so I don't get them mixed up. All right, and the next one is gonna be the water out of the Simpure. Beautiful. All right, but that's not it. This cup right here is going to be our control. This is distilled water and it will read at 0 TDS. This will also be good at cleaning the TDS reader in between the samples. This back here is our controlled distilled water. The TDS meter has like a little thing. You do not put this entire thing in a cup of water. That will destroy it. You just need to get these metal nodes down here to make contact with your water in order to test it. Turning it on, it's reading 000 because it's not dipped in any water. I forgot to put the water in the cup. That's important. Distilled water into the cup. Testing out. This one's the distilled water. The distilled water reads 0. I live in Metro Detroit. I have city water. Our city water is actually pretty good. It usually reads somewhere around 100 TDS. So let's see where we're at today. All right, today we're at 120. That's a little bit higher than it normally is. Now, I'm gonna rinse that off in the distilled water just to make sure there's no tap water residue on it and the reader's reading back to 0. Now, we test out the Simpure water. Under 20 is optimal. Anything under what you already had is pretty good. 13 to 14, that is excellent. Editing me jumping in because I did realize that with reverse osmosis machines, the filters do need to be primed over the course of a couple days. It's not that you're getting bad water from the jump because clearly we had excellent water at 13 to 14. I go through about 2 of these in a day, so we've probably gone through, at this point it's been like a week and a half. It's probably been about 20 refills of water. One of the things that I do really like about it is enough water for everybody to have a glass of water for dinner or for breakfast or whatever at the same time. I'm getting some sink water. This test isn't as controlled as the first one. It's just a quick little jump in a rooski while I'm editing to see the difference. We're at 000. And for my regular old sink water, we are at 109. We gotta clean it with the distilled water, back to zeros. Brand new cup. 6 ounces of water. Where are we at? All zeros. And we are now at 6. That didn't really change the fact that the water is still excellently filtered. It's even lower in TDS. I just wanted to prove that. Back to the video. Now we're gonna test the water for all the chemicals that could be in the water. So I'll grab a fresh glass. For this test, you need a full glass of water. You need to fully submerge it for 2 seconds. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Then you shake off the water and you hold it horizontally for 30 seconds. Once the 30 seconds have passed, you compare it to this sheet. The side of the bottle here has all of the different colors and measurements and such, so you just line it right up next to everything, and what we're hoping for really is like zeros on everything. So comparing the strip right here to the first number and any of these with the underline in green, that is the optimal range that you want to see the things in. Hydrogen sulfide 0, iron 0, copper 0, lead 0, manganese 0. Total chlorine might be at 0.002, so it removed about like 97% of that. No mercury. It's really just going down the entire list and seeing that it matches with column number 1. It means that this water is in fact incredibly pure. Over here is the display. It's incredibly intuitive. You wake it up by just tapping on any icon on the screen. You can choose between 6, 12, and 15 ounce options. You can also just choose to dump out everything that's already filtered in the machine. That's up to 0.4 gallons by selecting flushing. And this reset button is used when you change out the filters. You have to hold it down for 3 seconds, so you're not going to accidentally tap it. Up here, there's a bunch of different things that will illuminate. We saw a few of those when we were doing the filtering. This UV light, though, will illuminate frequently to purify the water in the internal filtered water tank, and again as it is being dispensed. The change water indicator lights up and beeps 10 times when the feed tank is empty or when it's been removed from the machine. And the pure water shortage indicator is just telling you that the amount of water you requested isn't quite ready, so you give it a few minutes to filter out a new batch. There are also CF and RO indicator lights up here that will illuminate when the filters need to be replaced. And this machine also has a sleep mode, so after 5 minutes it'll go to sleep. Indicator lights will turn off and the button rings will lower in brightness. You can push any button at any time to wake it back up. The last thing we need to learn how to do with this thing is clean it, which is essentially maintaining it. It's gonna be a normal, just regular old clean for the most part, most of the time. If you need to do something a little bit more heavy duty, maybe you're on a well system and you need to descale it a little bit more frequently, the owner's manual has an excellent multi-step way of descaling. The first thing we're going to do is just remove the water tank here. This is the, go on. This is really the only thing that needs to be cleaned. So we'll dump that out. And what's going in this tank is unfiltered water. So it can get kind of scuzzy if the water is sitting in there every single day. You should kind of just refresh it once a day anyhow to make sure water isn't standing for too long. But see that little thing in the bottom here? Right down here, this is a little mesh screen. If you have high calcium or whatnot in your water, you just yank it off like that. You're gonna need to give this a little scrub-a-dub. Calcium, salt, minerals and such can deposit on this mesh screen and make it harder for the water to flow through. So you're really just, you're kind of scrubbing it off to make sure that the water can flow through. Well, if you're noticing a decrease in the water pressure, this might be the issue. It's probably the issue. And we can use regular dish soap here. So just grab your dish brush and get it clean. You know, I think a toothbrush would work better than these bottle brushes for sure. And then reinstalling this is super easy. It just kind of tightly fits onto the bottom there. So once you shove it on, it's good. All right, well, I guess that's it, friends. Everything and anything you needed to know about the Simpure Y7P reverse osmosis countertop water dispenser. I will have all the details for this down below in the description box and in the pinned comment. We do have a link and a code. They also sell it on Amazon. Not we. I'm not part of this company, but they did send this my way. So a huge shout out to Simpure for partnering with me on today's video, but they do sell them on Amazon. And if you're a Prime girly like me, you can get it in 2 days. I'll have all the information, again, down below. A huge shout out to all my patrons for making videos like this possible. Consider hitting subscribe before you leave, especially if you're into things around the home. That's what we do here. I'll see y'all next time, though. I love ya. Bye. I like it. I think it looks nice, too.